Now that we've connected Salto to our business platforms and our configuration changes are flowing through Salto into those platforms, let's look at how Salto helps us ensure that those changes are properly documented for reviewing and reporting later. Salto leverages Git to track the history of changes to our configuration. In order to take advantage of this, we need to connect our Salto environment to a Git repository. Out of the box, Salto supports integrations to many of the most popular Git providers, and it also allows us to connect to a self-hosted Git repository. Here I have 3 environments configured in my Salto account. 2 represent sandbox or development accounts, and 1 represents a production account. My development environments are already connected to a GitLab repository, and my production account is not yet connected. So I'm going to connect it to the same GitLab repository. To create that connection, I navigate to the environment and click the Audit tab. And then I select Connect Git. We can see the options for Git providers up here. I'm going to choose GitLab. If this is your first connection to this provider, you will be prompted to authorize the integration. And once the integration is authorized, I select the repository, I click Next. And now we need to select a branch that will track this environment. In my case, I'm connecting all of my environments to different branches within the same repository. You might instead choose a separate repository for each environment. And to easily identify my environment branches, I've decided to prefix them with env. But you could follow any naming convention that you wish. For my production environment, I'll create a branch named env stoic production. And this mimics the name of the environment. Click Create Branch and Link Repo, and my environment is now connected to a new branch in my repository. Now that branch is currently empty. In order for Git to start tracking your changes, you'll need to push the configuration files to the branch. You do that by clicking Preview Push. Now from here, Salto will show you all of the configuration changes which are not yet stored in the repository. You can select all of the outstanding changes, or you can go through and individually select specific changes that you would like to push to Git. If for any reason you would like to hide elements such that they are not tracked by Git, you can hover and click the 3 dots next to an element and choose the Hide option. This can only be performed by administrators or owners of the environment. And once you hide elements, you can show them by clicking the Hidden Files button and toggling the Show Hidden Files toggle. Once you have selected the elements you wish to push, you then document the changes by providing a title and a description here at the right. This is your chance to provide any details necessary for reflecting or reporting on the changes later. You can provide comments about the changes, as well as links to approval documents or technical documentation and project management tasks. If your Git repository happens to also be connected to Jira specifically, then you can take advantage of Jira's Smart Commits feature. For any Jira issues addressed by the changes, you can include the Jira issue key in the title or the description, and Jira will automatically link these changes to the Jira issues. You'll then be able to see from Salto the connection from the changes to their Git commits and history and to their corresponding Jira issues. And once you've added your title and description, you click Push, and your changes will be sent to Git. Your branch will now be tracking the changes to those pushed elements. And moving forward, there will be 2 ways for you to push new changes to the Git repository. First, you can push changes to Git as they are being deployed by Salto. Here I have started an edit of my environment with a simple change that needs to be deployed to NetSuite and pushed to Git. When my change is ready, I switch the drop-down at the top from Deploy to Deploy and Push. Using this option, the title and description, which I provided to start this edit operation, will now be used as the title and description of my commit. If I need to modify those at all, I can click the 3 dots, Edit Deployment Name and Description. I can add some details where the tech spec is located, where the approval doc is located, and relevant Jira issues. Save. And once I'm ready, I click Deploy and Push. This will send my changes to both my target account and to Git at the same time. Secondly, you can push changes at any point after they have already been deployed. Whenever you navigate to the Audit tab of an environment, Salto will show you whether there are any unpushed files, and you can see those changes by clicking Preview Push. From here, you repeat exactly the same steps we took when we initially set up the repository. You select the elements you'd like to commit, provide a title and a description, and then push those changes. By connecting your Salto account to a Git repository, Salto's Audit tab now shows you a complete history of the changes to your environment. You know who pushed the change, when they pushed it, and additionally, by clicking the 3 dots next to any change, you can view that commit directly in the repository, and this will show you exactly what changed as part of that deployment or push. And that is how Salto facilitates proper documentation of your configuration changes to your business platforms.